What's going on, masculine family? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for showing up. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you're recurring and you love my content, please drop a like and a comment that tells the YouTube algorithm that I'm relevant. So I'm not even supposed to be making content for this channel today. I don't know if you, I'm pretty sure you guys aren't aware of how I do content now. I've made a brand new schedule for it. So basically on one day, I will make like about 5 to 10 videos depending on how the style is for each channel. So you guys won't notice a difference because of how it gets uploaded. I want to get back to daily uploads, and I was trying to figure out a way that I could do it properly. And basically I came down to this formula, which I'm on this way of doing it, but I'm not even supposed to be making content for this channel today. But I saw something that really bothered me, and then I kind of made the connections. It was actually a couple of weeks ago that this epiphany sort of came to me, and it wasn't just like a punch in the face kind of epiphany or anything like that. It was more like I've made some connections, and once that idea kind of hits you, and you're like, holy shit, right? It's one of those kinds of moments where you're like, okay, I could make a video about that. And see, there's not a lot of you guys aren't content creators. So just to give you a little bit of a backstory, sometimes you'll be watching a movie, or sometimes you'll be, consuming somebody else's content, or you'll be, just sitting there sometimes, laying down and whatever. And then bam, an idea will hit you for a video, and you're like, oh fuck. And then, so I write it down. I always have like my phone or like a notepad with me, usually a notepad. And I write the video idea down. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I say, fuck it, I'm just going to record it. So, and this isn't some super profound thing, but this is something that 99.99% of men do during their breakup. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more, I don't know. But this one thing, when you finally understand what to do about it, it's going to change things for you. And what that thing is guilt. Okay. So let me give you guys a little bit of juice for this story, or not story, but some substance. How did I come up with this shit? So I've coached men all the time. I coach men daily. Some are better than others. Some receive things better than others. And everyone's different, right? Some people grow, some people don't. But one thing I have found between every single one of them, which is what holds them back, is their guilt. Their guilt for complacency, screwing up. Their guilt for insecurities. The guilt that they hold on to because they didn't make the relationship work. See, us men take so much responsibility on our shoulders, whether we want to or not. Even in today, here come the sirens, boys and girls, by the way. So even in today's society, where we are starting to become a little bit more red-pilled around here. Hold on a sec. I'm just going to keep it straight. There's 2 of them. Wow. I'm going to keep it straight authentic. I might not even cut that out. So now that we're becoming more red-pilled, and the men that watch my channel and that are in my coaching program, they're starting to understand that they don't have to take so much responsibility, or at least they do, but they do it in a different way. And the responsibility that they need to take upon themselves is to just get stronger. Improve yourself. Don't wish that you were in a different situation just because it's hard. Wish that you were stronger. Make yourself stronger. I always talk about the 4 pillars, and anybody who's in my coaching program knows what those 4 pillars are, and what they should be doing every day, right? But that guilt is still holding them back. It's still something that's at the forefront of their mind. I hear them say, I wish that I could have done this better at this time. And they cannot make the decision to let go of that guilt to move forward and be better and process that. Once you process that guilt, that the relationship screwed up or the relationship went south, right? Because it's not always, you know, you might have caused some. I'm thinking of one particular student who I think that he caused the breakup with his actions, right? And maybe he did. But, and I'll tie back into the responsibility that we have as men again in a minute, but he's failing to understand that we're humans, man. We make mistakes, okay? And again, it's part of our human experience as men to take on a little too much responsibility, saying, "Oh, it's my fault. I could have done better." I tell men to do this more, okay? Because a lot of guys are so quick to blame. It's not even guys, it's really this generation, but I'm not going to sit here and poke at a generation, you know, because there's some kids that are growing up today with tons of work ethic and accountability. So the guilt that these guys are feeling is still holding them back because they are choosing to stay where they are in their minds. They're not letting go of the fact that they made that mistake. And I think that can come down to how you grew up, your self-esteem, right? Because people who have high self-esteem understand that mistakes are made and you grow and you learn from it and you move on. But the guys that are stuck, the guys that are hurting still, the guys that are, 2-3 years after a breakup, and they're still having a really hard time, what I've really noticed is that their identity is tied in with the mistakes that they have made throughout their entire life. Your parents can make you feel like that from your childhood. So let's say, for example, your parents are assholes and all they do is sit there and blame you. You make a mistake as a kid and they're like, you know what, all you are is a fucking idiot and all you are is a troublemaker and blah, 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 blah. But you're just a kid. Kids don't know any different. Kids don't understand. I'm talking about kids like all the way from like 1 to 18 years old, okay? Like you're a kid until you're an adult, all right? So teenagers rebel a little bit or a lot, depending on, you. And you come out the other side and you start understanding the responsibility of life. And you start understanding that being rebellious is you either fight and get to the point where you're like a revolutionary, which is a difficult life to live, or you kind of fall in line and you're like, fuck it, I'll work for a living and stop causing so much bullshit. And that's for a whole other video. But your parents can make you feel guilty from such a young age because of the mistakes that you made as a kid. And if they can't understand that kids make mistakes and they like, your parents can get upset. Being upset as a parent is normal, right? But they have to also say, look, you make mistakes, it's okay. Your parents are supposed to build up your self-esteem, right? But as everyone that's going to be watching this video knows, most people aren't normal. Most people grow up with shitty parents that don't know shit, okay? So your parents, okay, and this isn't just your parent. Your parents honestly are doing their best if they stuck around, right? If you have a good mom and dad, like, appreciate them. But when you become an adult, now it's up to you to help shape your own self-esteem and work on the things that you need to work on. So how does this still ties into guilt? If you feel guilty because your relationship fell apart and you got complacent or you caused her to lose her attraction, you understand that you were the issue. Then when you are going through this breakup phase, when you're sitting here saying to yourself, okay, what am I going to do how am I going to move forward? Then they come to me and they're like, okay, like, and this is something that's new. So I have a couple of students that are really having a hard time letting go and they're getting caught up in the emotions. And it's because their identity is tied in to being a fuck up. Let that sink in for a minute. Their identity is being tied in to them being a fuck up in life. So I've told a couple of my students, you guys need some wins. You need to win. You need to do something in order to feel like you're a winner. So start something difficult. That's why working out is so simple. It's not simple, but go to the gym and start achieving goals. Because what this is going to do is it's going to reinforce the fact that you're not a fucking loser and you can achieve some goals. Now, here is where the seriously dangerous part of this comes in. If you realize this, right? And you go forward and you're like, okay, I'm guilty, and I understand, like, you're in this situation where you're guilty, you can get stuck in this downward spiral of despair where you're like, okay, I can't get myself to the gym. I can't do anything because I feel like I'm just going to fail at it. I feel like I'm a loser, so I'm not going to start. And see, that's very difficult for people to get, because you're in what's called negative momentum. See, you can get momentum in anything, pushing a car, right? And then once you get over to a certain point, the car can move itself, right? Depending on the hill or whatever the fuck. So when you get momentum in life and in success and in certain areas of your life, that momentum can carry you forward. Okay? So negative momentum is fucking difficult to get out of because you're so used to failing. You start something, you fail because you don't carry through long enough. When I started YouTube, right, I watched all these content creators around me say, look, it takes 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. So I said to myself, okay, I'm going to do this for 3 years without any expectation of money coming my way because I feel like on the other side, there will be success. Guess what, guys? 4 months later, I was making a full-time income just off of the AdSense and coaching. Okay? So what does that tell you? Just start. And that's the only advice that I can give you. That's the only advice anybody can give you that is going to help push you forward. Just start and take each day as new. You start over and you go forward. You start over and you go forward, and you're going to get momentum. This is what happens. And everyone can kind of tie this into going to the gym, because when you go to the gym, you get momentum. You're like, okay, I've gone every day for like so-and-so days. I'm going to keep going. I don't want to stop. I don't want to fuck up. And we all also know, all of us know what it feels like when you stop. You look at yourself and like, oh, fuck, I'm a failure. I fucking suck, blah, blah, blah. And I'm dropping a lot of F-bombs in this. So, guys, coming from me, I'm happy in my life, and I grew up with a single father. My dad is not a happy human being. He's nice to me, but he's not a kind person to be around. He's difficult to be around, but I love him, right? I had to do some work on myself to get to where I am. And I promise you, all of you who watch this, is coming from the bottom of my fucking heart, okay? Because I know exactly what you're feeling. I relate to it so deeply. I wish I could put myself in your shoes just to pull you out of that fucking trap. But this is how you learn. Just start something. I recommend the gym because you can set a goal and bam, smash it, right? The gyms are inexpensive, and then keep making those goals and then transfer that stuff over to success, finances, and all that. Okay? So if you want to start a channel, if you want to start making some money online, all the information out there is free. Okay? The only reason that I charge money for it is because it's a fast track, right? I have a monthly money membership that you can talk to me every day if you want to. And you can say, hey, like, what do I do now? What's the next step? What do I do? Right? But all that information is out there completely for free, right? You're going to come across a bunch of different people with a bunch of different opinions. And I've already gone through this. This is why this is valuable. So again, if you guys want that help, it's there for you. Just message me. I have Instagram, okay? Masculine_energy is my Instagram. My Twitter is menergy27, okay? It's all down below. The Facebook group, you can message me on my Facebook page. You have my email. It's all there, okay? Don't be afraid to reach out because, look, your life is short and you can't be living in guilt your entire life. You're going to get stuck in this loop, and by the time you know it, you're 40. By the time you know it, you're 30, depending on how old you are. I'm 30 now. I'm almost 30. I'll be 30 next year in June. So So I've I have regrets too. I have regrets. I wish I started this a long time ago when I first started it, but guess what? I can't live in that. All that matters is what I do today. What do I do today? If you're sitting on your bed or your couch or in your car and you're listening to this and you haven't done shit today, first thing, get over, I don't want to say get over the guilt like you're going to get over it fucking tomorrow. You're not. But you have to start somewhere. Understand that you've made mistakes. I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect and neither are you. You're not God. You're not the universe. You're not the creator of this. Understand that everyone makes mistakes. Everybody. Actors, singers, me, whoever you look up to has made a mistake. Some big ones. The people who are the most successful have fucked up the most. I promise you that, because they've gone out, they've put themselves out there more than anybody else has. So the people that are successful on this planet are the ones that have done the most and they failed the most. And I'm telling you, you'll come out the other side stronger and stronger every time that you put yourself out there to get rejected, if you just put yourself out there to fail, right? Don't assume you're going to fail, but put yourself out there, and if you fail, so fucking what? See, and that comes down to self-esteem. So how strong are you, right? I want you guys to become stronger. And how do you become stronger? You put yourself into positions to fail, to get beat up, not physically, not literally, but to take a punch in the face, to prove to yourself that you're strong enough to get the fuck up and walk away from it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's the literal definition. Like, guys, I've made YouTube channels with people that have negative comments about me. They say things about my nose. They say things about my appearance. They don't really say anything about the content, really, because I know the content's good. I know that there's coaches that deliver this content better than me. I know that. There are coaches out there that are much more relatable to you. That's okay. So I want you guys to know that I deal with people that don't like me. And guess what? Do I fucking care? No, because you want to know something that you can say, that I can say to everybody that says anything negative about me? Do I want to trade places with you? Would I want to put myself in your shoes for 30 years? Not even 30 years, for a year, right? Do I want to put myself in your shoes? And the answer is always no, right? So, because guess what? You're only going to get people that diss you that are below you. Let me say that again. The people that are going to diss you and make fun of you are the people that are below you. Anybody above you who's dissing you is a fucking bully and they're pieces of shit. Don't listen to them anyway. But again, I'm telling you from experience, you're only going to get people who diss you that are below you in life. And guess what? You're just going to keep growing and they're going to keep getting smaller. So, bit of a long-winded episode, but guys, please let go of the guilt. Let go of the pain. And to do that, you need to win. You need to pull yourself out and start taking action. Action is the only thing that's going to make you feel better, because it's going to put you in a position to get beat up a little bit, and then you're going to come out stronger on the other side. You're going to come out smarter. You're going to come out saying, you know what, I survived that. You're not going to say this shit to yourself. You're just going to know it, right? Go out there and crush it, guys. I promise you, you'll feel better. Done.